These rubber floor mats are disgusting. Today, we're gonna show you how to clean and protect your all-weather mats. Hey guys, Bradley here from Armour Detail Supply, and today we have another how-to tutorial for you. Hopefully this one will be a quick one. Today we're gonna show you how to clean, rejuvenate, and protect your rubber floor mats or your all-weather type floor mats. So I actually love when I open up a car that I'm detailing and I see these mats, because that usually means you're gonna have a great time cleaning these. It really just takes a couple of chemicals, a couple of brushes, and 5 minutes of time, and you can knock out a whole set of mats and make them look absolutely perfect. So a lot of people overcomplicate these, and we're gonna show you how to get this done and it be really easy and just the easy way to do it. So there's a couple options in the ADS line that you can use to clean the mats, and also in other people's lines. Typically, any sort of APC cleaner is going to be perfect and really all you need for these type of mats. Dilution is obviously going to depend on the cleaner, the specific cleaner that it is. For us, we have our clean APC. I typically use the heaviest dilution that we recommend, which is 4:1. It's always going to knock out these mats first try without any fuss. The next product you could use is our tire cleaner, because this is not only a tire cleaner, it's a specifically made rubber and plastic cleaner, which is exactly what these type of mats are. Some of them will lean more rubbery type of material, which is what we have today. These are a little bit more rubbery. Some of them, like the WeatherTechs, will lean more plasticky type of material, but the tire cleaner will work perfectly for those. What we have in here is the same dilution, 4:1, which is our maintenance tire cleaning dilution, as well as rubber mat or plastic care dilution for that. Then we just have a couple different types of brushes. Both of these are sold on our website, and they're both conveniently made by the Detail Factory. First, we have the standard tire brush. This is going to be a nice stiffer bristled brush that you can go through and be able to agitate all of these little grooves around the lettering and things like that. And then the other option you can go with is something like the Detail Factory curve ball or screwball. They're just larger brushes that will be able to go through there and lather up and get into all of those nooks and crannies and all of the little intricacies of the mats, because all the time these are gonna have little grooves in them for drainage and water, as well as making it so it's a slightly non-slip surface. From there, we're going into rejuvenating and protecting. This is where I see most people messing up completely. Typically, they're adding tire shine type dressings or plastic protectants that are made from silicones, even if they're water-based silicones. They're adding these onto these mats, and then they become glossy or slick. Even some of the specifically made rubber mat dressings, they're made specifically for these mats, but you still get a slightly slippery surface, which is not my preference, because then while you're driving, it can be a hazard. If your mat is slippery, that transitions onto your shoes. If you don't have a really grippy pair of shoes, then you're starting to use your pedals, it transfers onto your pedals, and then you just have a whole slippery mess going on that, if you need to react in a certain amount of time hitting the brake pedal, it could slip and you could lead to an accident, worst case scenario. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So I don't ever recommend using a dressing. What I recommend doing is using some sort of spray sealant. Typically, these are going to work perfectly for plastic materials, just like these are, or rubbers, and they're going to give just a light darkening effect like they would to your paint, to your rubber, or your plastic on your car. It's going to do that on the mat while keeping it a non-slippery or non-slick surface on this type of material. So going with some sort of spray sealant or ceramic spray sealant is what I recommend. The next option, which we're not going to show today, would be if you wanted to go a little bit crazier, you could add our Trim Plus ceramic coating, which works on rubbers and plastics as well. That will fully cure to a dry layer onto these mats, and it won't cause a slippery surface like a silicone or an oil would on these. So now that we've gone over all of that, let's go ahead and just quickly show you how we can take care of this mat in just a couple of minutes. So first of all, I'm not going to be skewing any results here with a pressure washer. I have my pressure turned off as well as just a standard shower nozzle. So this is like I'm just using a normal garden hose. We just have it hooked up to the pressure washer because it's easy. First thing I like to do, once you pull them out, they're typically going to be full of sand and debris. I'm going to just bang them out here on our Swiss tracks, but typically you're going to go outside and just kind of get most of the particulate off. That's the nice thing about these, is they're not going to hold on to all of that kind of dirt and grime and particulate like a standard carpet mat that you would have to then vacuum out. So that just gets a little bit of a cleaner surface going. From there, I like to just wet the mat a little bit just to kind of get a little bit of water on there, and then pick any of your cleaners. Again, it doesn't really matter which one in this case. It's going to be totally fine. From there, we're just going to go on and spray our cleaner. You can be pretty liberal here in spraying it. You just want to get all the surface saturated in that cleaner. Typically, if you're working on all four at one time, you got them kind of spread out, and you can go through and just spray them all at one time, and that will give you plenty of dwell time for the cleaner. But again, this is going to have no problem knocking this out, so I can just go in even without dwell time. From there, I like to spray a little bit into whichever brush I'm using, and then just go through and agitate the mats. There's no right or wrong way to agitate. You can go against the grain, with the grain. I typically like to go both, just so I'm making sure I'm covering all of my surface areas. And just like you're brushing your teeth, small, little movements is best, rather than just trying to go, like this. Small, little incremental scrubs is going to be the best way to knock this out. Spend a little bit more time on areas like this where you have your lettering or any really intricate areas on the texture. And there you go. Now we've got that all scrubbed up. I'm just sticking with the tire brush, but again, you could also go through with something like the curb ball, and it'll do the same exact job in being able to get all of this agitated without any issues. From there, very simple. We're just going to go through and give these a nice light rinse. I'm going to go ahead and rinse the back off as well. A little bit of my cleaner went on the back side. That way we have a nice, perfect surface. And then typically you're going to be working outside, and you're going to clean these all together, like I said. And then you'll probably go through and wash the car or something. Maybe you pull these out first so they can sit out and air dry. That's the best way to do it. Give it 10-15 minutes in the sun, and these will completely air dry. What I'm going to do is grab my blower and a microfiber towel and just force dry these really quickly so we can move on to the next protection step. So now that we have the mat fully dry, whether you let it sit out or you did what I did and just kind of force dried it, now we're ready to go on to our protection step. Now, the application for this is going to be completely different as if you were applying to this to paint. If you're going to apply this to paint, typically you spray into the towel, wipe it on the surface, wipe it off. In this case, the application is going to be quite the opposite. We're going to go ahead and get it on a nice mist setting, and we're just going to completely douse the mat in the ceramic spray. I might have went a little bit overboard. You don't have to go that crazy, but you do want a nice even layer of that material on the matte surface. And then from here, you're going to let this soak. Typically, I like to let it almost completely air dry, which again will take maybe 10-15 minutes in the sun, nothing crazy, or just give it at least a couple of minutes to let that ceramic start to, that ceramic spray and all those materials start to soak into that, porous rubber and plastic material, so that it can really start to kind of hydrate it and give you that darkening effect that you're looking for. And then after a couple minutes, you can come back with just a kind of tatty or junk microfiber towel that you don't really care too much about, and just kind of level it out very lightly. And we're back, and the mat is dry and fresh. As you can see, perfectly clean, nice, deep, dark black finish, and it is non-slick, so you're not gonna have issues with slipping on your feet and it transferring to any of your pedals, causing any issues with you or your clients. So as you can see, just a couple of tools and some high quality chemicals, and you're able to knock out these mats in just a couple of steps, in just a couple of minutes, without breaking too much of a sweat. So that's it for me. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down in the comments box below. I'll be in there answering any questions or comments you guys might have. If you have a different process, definitely feel free to leave it down in the comments. It may help one of our other viewers that is also looking for some different ways of going about doing this, and just looking for different opinions on different products and things like that that maybe we didn't showcase here. As always, anything we used here you can find in the description or on our website. If you guys like this type of content, definitely hit the like button, subscribe. We've got new videos coming out every week, and our 50 States Detail series, where we are traveling all around the US to every single state, and we're detailing a cool, unique car for free and just telling the story of that cool, unique car. So that's gonna be a cool series over the next couple years. But that's all for me. Now it's time for you guys to get out there, have some fun detailing, and get your mats dialed in.